Content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answer to human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube and share love and light.
It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another. We can't stay the same. We've lost the game of life. We can't run away anymore. The world is changing now. We need to heed the warning. The world is calling you to rise above where you've been. The world is changing now. What we did before doesn't work. It's time for you. It's time for me to change. The world is changing now. Won't you change and open your heart? Open your
Are we ready? Are we ready to open our hearts right here on the Oldies Station, on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And tonight we've got some members of our studio audience here, and they're going to be asking questions. I'll be answering the questions. We're all going to tune in and tap in and see what the universe has in store for us. But what brings us here? What brought me here? What brought you here? What made you tune in and listen? I'm often amazed how someone could be cruising down the highway. They were just talking about the Verrazano Bridge a minute ago, going 71 miles an hour. I don't know what speed limit they're on, but anyway, so that was my studio audience talking. And when you're cruising down the highway and you're flipping through stations, we all remember those days, right? And I don't know how many people are flipping through talk radio, but they're flipping apparently because millions of people listen to this show. But I'm always in awe of the person who's just cruising down the highway and they hear what I'm saying to someone else and it gets their attention. And they think to themselves, what is this? What's going on? What is this show? And then they start to listen. I've had people tell me they've pulled over into a parking lot and sat there for a while just taking it in. What makes that happen? All right, so we have good conversations here. Some are a little crazy, some are a little dramatic, but we're solving life's issues. We're navigating the questions of life. But sometimes someone's soul makes them pull over and stop the car. People don't just get to me by accident. It is a path that is leading us all to meet each other. And all of our souls, we know each other for many lives. We've been connected for lifetimes. And it's a familiarity. People ask me, how do you answer a question when you can't see the person and they're not in front of you? Well, I'm tuning into their voice. And everybody's voice has a tone of their soul, and that unlocks the content of their soul. And as I hear the sound of their voice, I begin to hear another sound come into my mind. And then the sounds or the frequencies begin to merge. Kind of strange. So I guess I'd pull my car over on the side of the road too, just thinking, what is going on? But what brings us together is taking that leap of faith, taking that initiative to do something different, following that guidance from the universe that says, hey, you need to talk to this person on the radio, or you need to see her. There's always a prompting that's happening. And what made me step into the universe and do this? Well, it truly was a leap of faith. It truly was an idea that popped up in my mind that, had I shared it with anyone, would have been deemed as crazy. Very crazy. So how many of you here in our audience, how many of you listening in our radio audience and our Facebook audience and our friends on YouTube, how many of you have had an idea that some people might have thought was crazy? That idea that you're like almost afraid to tell someone because they're like, they're not going to believe I'm going to do this. Many of us have decided to change careers, and other people are like, well, why are you going to go do that? What's behind that idea? And the reason why people will say that is they don't see you in the box that you want to place yourself in. They see you in the box they're comfortable with. And so we have to take a leap of faith. Our families, our children, our elders, they have a viewpoint of who we are. And for them to see you as someone different, for them to recognize you as someone different, it becomes challenging. And so we each have to move ourselves in the direction of where our heart calls us. And that requires courage. So it's a leap of faith. Now, I remember telling a family member that this is what I was doing. And I didn't tell them all right away. Matter of fact, they found out a very long time after I made this choice of being in a path of helping others, being in a path of connecting to spirit, being in a path of giving people information on a regular basis, and just sitting and talking to people all day long. And I mean all day long. So I remember a conversation I had with one of my relatives, and I don't know what possessed her, but she said to me, "You mean like Miss Cleo?" I'm like, "No, not like Miss Cleo." Miss Cleo had a very interesting personality, and most certainly there was a lot of scandal around that. But for some people, that's what they view what I do as, predicting the future and creating an illusionary world for you to get embroiled in and fall off into God knows where. But what we do here is we tap into the journey of your soul, and we present to you the opportunities and the choices that are before you so you can make the choice for your highest good, so that you can feel empowered, so that you can feel surrounded by your loved ones, your guides, your angels, so that you know you're not alone. When I first started doing this at the center in West Palm Beach, the Expedito Center, I remember the news crew wandered in one day. And I really thought the person at the front of the counter was kind of kidding. But it was Channel 5 comes wandering in, and they wanted to talk to me. And the assistant said, "Well, she's not here at the moment." I was actually off signing the deal for this radio show. And that's going to be 15 years in the end of May and the beginning of June. So I come back, and the lovely lady who was in charge of managing my schedule said, "The news was just here and they want to interview you." Now, in the back of my head, I could still hear my relative going, "You mean you're going to be like Miss Cleo?" And I'm like, oh God, I've made a leap of faith. I've definitely stepped aside from what seems familiar, but here I am. And so I thought she was kidding. Sure enough, a few minutes later, in walks a woman with her camera, her sneakers, her microphone, and she wanted to do a story. It's on WPTV, and you can see it on YouTube. And I remember what her takeaway of the story was, is that the center and what I did gives people hope. And if you think about it, the world needs a little hope, do we not? When have you only had hope in your life? And you had a little bit of hope, just a modicum of hope and a little smattering of faith, and you had to take a leap to make a change in your life. Sometimes moving requires a leap of faith, especially when you move to a new area, somewhere you don't know. Sometimes retirement is a leap of faith, because that seems kind of complicated when I listen to what people have to go through, but we get there. But then there's these worldly concerns, right? Will I be okay? Will there be enough? How will I manage? It's all there for us. And we have to navigate those questions in our lives. What about the time you were dating someone and other people didn't really think they were the right choice for you? I'm sure we've all had a few of those happen, where people are judging you and not feeling that you've made the right choice. But you have to make a leap of faith and follow your heart. And yes, sometimes when you take a leap of faith, it may not turn out exactly the way you envision, but let me tell you what a leap of faith does for you. It puts you on the divine trajectory to put you in the right place in the right time, so that all the right people can come to be around you and interact with you, so that somehow something magical happens, even though it may not have been what you chose. Never in a million years did I think my crazy idea of moving to Florida and living, in my mind, poolside closing business deals was going to yield me this opportunity. It was the furthest thing from my mind. But when faced with a conflict, when faced with a obstacle, I had to make a choice. And sometimes when we make a choice based in fear. And that choice based in fear is often weighed down by our lack of belief in ourself. And fear can rob us of the joy. So in the transition that I made here, thinking I had everything all together, and then to have what seemed to be the most horrible tragedy that could have happened in my life at that moment, looking back, there's worse. But at the time, it robbed me of everything I thought I knew, and thus made me question everything that I thought I was, and then question my identity. And if you've ever been there in that spot where you're questioning who am I and what's my real purpose and what defines me, what gives me joy, that's when you know God's working for you. And that land of uncomfortability is overwhelming. But the divine is working. The divine is building within you the stamina that when you get to where you need to go, the ultimate divine destiny, you're able to keep it. You're able to sustain yourself. I like to call them character building experiences. So how many of you have character building experiences? Just a few, right? And they raise your hands, yes indeed, because those character building experiences have helped shape you, define you, assist you in the creation of what's ultimately going to be your divine journey. But it's not always easy. And when we take that leap of faith, sometimes we're really not sure if we're going to land in the right place. When we take that leap of faith, we don't really know if we're going to be supported. And the scary part is, the people you knew before you took the leap may not be the people who are by your side when you land. And for a lot of us, that's a rude awakening. Because then they have that saying, you get to see who your friends are, right? You get to see who's really going to support you. So in the journey of life, it is to remember that even when you feel like you're walking alone in this path of life, you're not alone. There's always a guide, an angel, a loved one nudging you along the way, giving you the ability to create a new identity, a new experience. The scary moments are temporary. So for many of you listening in the audience and listening all across the nation, I know you've been in scary spots. You've been in moments that maybe brought you to your knees and made you really question sometimes the existence of God. Are we really being watched over? Is there really someone cheering me on that I can't see, an invisible force? And that's again when the divine has your attention. Always pulling you closer to the realization that the sooner you surrender, the sooner you say to yourself, I can do anything, but I have to be aligned with the truth of who I am, and it has to feel good, and I cannot come from a place of fear. I cannot come from a place of imbalance. I cannot come from a place of other people's expectations of me. I have to come from the place that is good for me. And then you're living your dream. Then you're moving in the journey of what God has for you. It just requires a jump. So those of you who are in this moment, this thought, do I start this new business? Do I make a move? Do I end a relationship? Do I make myself available for a relationship? Whatever that is, put yourself in the position of how does it make me feel to be in the thought of the realization of this experience that I seek, and focus on what makes you feel good. Don't focus on the energy of the disappointment and the dissatisfaction. Focus on the ability to align with all that's divine and make the choice. Now, there's a choice we want to make, but it's not in the sense of completely practical. I'm not telling you to get up tomorrow morning and say, take this job, and, well, you know how it goes. I want you to give thought. I want you to begin to open the doors of possibilities for another opportunity. And then I want you to make your leap and trust that the universe will catch you. We don't want to be reactive from the emotions, because the emotions will cause you to be in a place of dissatisfaction, even when you land somewhere else. Do you know how many times I hear people say, I feel like I'm living in a mirror because I'm in the same relationship I was before, only with a different person. How is that possible? You're the common denominator. Everywhere I go, I have problems with my coworkers. You're the common denominator. Now, yes, there are places in workspaces that you can be a little dramatic and toxic. We all understand that, because we all spend most of our day with all of our wounds, all of our problems, all of our issues at our workplace. And we're going to disrupt each other and trigger each other from time to time. There's no getting around that. It's like family. Don't they trigger you sometimes? Don't they bring out the best and the worst in you? So when we're in that environment and we're the common denominator, we have to ask ourselves, maybe we're not doing the right things to be in alignment with ourselves, and not put ourselves in the situation of stepping into another job with other people who are going to be reactive to us. You see, you're the central point of attraction. So when you leap to what's to come for you, it's to truly know that within you is this bright light that needs to be nurtured and tended. Sometimes we're so busy in our wounds and our disappointments and the things that haven't worked, or our fears of the unknown. Even when we've had a series of successes, we're always concerned that maybe it won't happen the next time. There's a way of being when you're in alignment. There's a way of making a choice and then trusting that all the right people and all the experiences will show up. When you know that you feel good about where you are and who you are, things begin to happen for you. Sometimes people feel things happen against them, but things begin to happen for you. And when you move forward in the direction of what you want, you find more joy and peace. And sometimes we don't know what we want. We just know we want change. So that's when you ask the universe to show you. And until they show you, you stay the course. You are still. You learn to surrender. If I didn't surrender to this, lack of a better word, calling, I don't know where I'd be today. I often think, what would have happened if I didn't come to Florida? I don't think I'd be here today. I would have been in a different direction. I needed to come here to have life happen to me so that I could release the definition of who I thought I was, the worldly person, to understand that there's a bigger purpose for me. And all of us have that bigger purpose. It's just the breaking down part that can be uncomfortable. And it could be a short period of time or a long period of time. Because I can hear people in my ear that I've heard before, and I'm sure I can hear it on the airwaves. But, well, when, Sarah? I've been waiting. It's coming. And as the world begins to amp up and people begin to shift and change, you need to know who you are. And you need to take that leap to what you want in your life. Because the one thing we've become much more aware of in today's society is that no, tomorrow isn't promised. We have this moment. And in this moment, we get to create and visualize what tomorrow will be. And as we build that momentum, we manifest. I'm really glad to have our friends here in the studio audience. I'm glad to have many of you on the calling board asking your questions. I'm so grateful to have our friends on Facebook and YouTube. And we're just glad to be here. 718 live national shows connecting to all of you. And currently, we are being heard in Miami on 104.3. We're also heard on 95.3, 96.9, 95.9, 106.9, and 103.HD3. We are spiritually speaking to all of you. And I am Sarah Spiritual, and I can't wait to answer your question here tonight as we take a leap of faith together and we create the best time for not just this night of celebration, but for all the days to come. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart, the ways that worked before.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies Channel.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956 or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
It's just not easy to be who we want to be. 'Cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart, the ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love forever.
Yes, indeed, we've lost our way. But here we are. We all found our way right here in Boca. And if you're cruising down the highway, we've got a live show going on at 2400 Northeast West Boca Raton Boulevard, also known as 2nd Avenue in Boca. So if you're cruising down the highway and you're hearing my voice and you want to be a part of our studio audience, we have a couple of seats here. And we'd love to see you. Our next big event is going to be the celebration of our 15-year anniversary on national radio. That's going to be at our Expedito Center, and we're going to have a lot of fun there. So I sure hope you come to that celebration, because that's always a great blast when we do it live at the center. But we're really grateful to everyone here at the studio who went the extra mile and had to do a few extra things to produced this show, so thank you very much. And we had to make sure everything was all set up for all of our guests, so we're very appreciative of that. We've got our callers on the board at 866-972-7247. We've got people sitting right here. Can't wait to get to those questions. And I got friends. I got lots of friends. I got friends on Facebook. I got friends on YouTube. We got peeps. And everyone is, well, they're in a spot. And they've got a question. And some questions on Facebook I caught was like, what do you got for me? I got a lot. Depends what your question is. So if you're on Facebook, ask me a specific question. So we'll pull a couple from Facebook. We've got a lot to do right here in the studio audience. But I also have some callers on the board, and a couple of them I recognize. And I know they're supposed to be here in the studio. So let's see what's going on. Because they're not here. I've got to go to Boca. I've got Debbie from Boca. Debbie, how are you tonight?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Debbie, how are you?
Doing well, thanks. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be there tonight.
I know. I was like, where's Debbie? Well, thank you so much for calling.
I got in very late from Chicago this morning due to tornadoes last night. So I had a rough morning, but everything is good.
Good. Well, you made it, so that's a good thing.
So I'm sorry, I'm not there.
Well, we appreciate it. So I'm gonna give people a little story, Debbie. Let's do a story, okay? I was invited to someone's house to do sessions, poolside. And Debbie, we go back how many years now? Are we really going back like 14 years, 12 years, right?
At least.
At
I
least,
think 14,
right?
15 years.
Yeah, and what was Julie was her name. The hostess' name was Julie.
Yes.
And there I was poolside, and I got to meet Debbie, and Debbie and I have been connected ever since. And matter of fact, I basically talked to everybody I ever read at that poolside party. So thank you so much for staying in contact with us, being a part of this experience, Debbie. And we really wish that we could have seen you and given you a hug and have you here. We've got some really cool people hanging out next time. But Debbie,
I'm sorry.
we want to answer your
missing
question.
I know, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, don't apologize. We understand things happen, and that's why we have our phone lines here. So, Debbie, what is your burning question for us? If you were here, what would you ask?
If I were here, I know you're wonderful, by the way, and as you know, and I've referred so many people to who feel the same, but your messages as I was listening are just beautiful. But just basically, my backstory, but I just, wondering about work and my health and family, and as you know, lots of ups and downs lately, but just, is everything going to be okay? In a few words.
Everything will be okay. You've navigated your share of challenges, and you've found yourself in places that you never thought you'd be, with crises going on around you that brought you to your knees and really elicited a lot of fear. And fear has never been a part of your life. You've been aware and cautious, but it created a lot of fear. And so now you had to wrestle that energy of fear and get your life back. And so Spirit wants you to know that you're doing a fabulous job, and you are on track for good health, and that you are in control of everything that you really want to create for your life and your family. And everyone is in this great place of connection and celebration. And your little grandchild is such a precious energy. And so you're learning to find joy and happiness through baby Emma. Is that her name, Emma?
Yes.
Okay.
Great memory. Yes, it is.
And so this beautiful energy that you have in your family is all aligning together for a reason. And your daughters are advancing, and all the stories that we've shared over the years, everybody's kind of finding their rhythm and their path. But what Spirit wants you to know is that this is for you a new chapter, a new beginning. And it's time for Debbie to do Debbie, and to really embrace the power that you have within you. You're a courageous being who's overcome things that most people can't even fathom. So yes, there is good health, and yes, there's joy and happiness, and yes, if you choose, there's the ability to do some work that is going to make you feel more at ease and more part of things. It's for you to find the rhythm that's comfortable for you, and once you find that rhythm, everything will align, Debbie. You are on track, and we want you to know that.
Okay.
Of course,
Oh,
having
you
a
know
job.
my history, lots of ups and downs and changes
Absolutely.
and ins and outs, and you know my family, and and I appreciate
Yes.
that. So
Thank
just
you.
health right now is the main thing. So
Absolutely.
I'm plugging
Absolutely.
through, and I'm positive and very Catholic, very religious and faithful. So just wanted to hear what you thought.
Yes, you are on track, and having a job will require maybe you won't be able to jet set the way you are. So every time I turn around, you're
know.
traveling. So you got to find the balance. You got to find a job with flexibility. Now that you've gotten used to be a free bird,
I know. I want my
you
cake
get
and
used
eat
to
it too. I know.
Yes.
I'm too busy, to be honest, and I love it. I'm able
Yes.
to be with Emma, and she's so joyful, and
Yes.
I'm glad to be able to do it because I wouldn't be able to do it before in my old job.
Well, thank you,
That's for
Debbie, for your
sure.
call. We greatly appreciate you, and we wish you were here.
Oh, thank
And we'll see you
you.
next time.
Me too. I'm so sorry, and I love you, as you know, and I miss you, and I'll make it there next time.
All
But I'm
right.
glad we connected.
All right, honey. Bye for now. We'll see you soon.
Oh,
Bye.
thank you.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye. 866-972-7247. We've got to take a call from another person who I think was going to be here, but I think there's an interesting story. Let's go to Cheryl in Deerfield. Cheryl, how are you?
Hi. Yes, I'm one of those people that was so excited to be there, Sarah, and I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to meet you personally. But yes, I have a broken right foot, so I can't drive currently, and I couldn't seem to get a ride to see you, but I can see you on Facebook.
Well, thank goodness for social
and
media.
the studio
Yes.
looks beautiful.
Thank you. So, Cheryl, what is your burning question for us?
Well, gosh, when you spoke to Debbie, it was almost like you were speaking to me, because basically I had, those thoughts, my health.
Mm-hmm.
I broke my other ankle last year. Now I had this broken foot this year. And, my job is just haven't been very satisfied lately. I just desire, like you said, make that leap of faith, desiring a change, looking
Right.
for something that I can not just make a paycheck, but be more myself, be more creative, and try to enjoy these last few years of my working years.
Well, first of all, in your condition, Cheryl, we're not going to be making any leaps anywhere, all right? So no jumping allowed for you, okay? So you're the only person who's not making a leap of faith. You're going to sit in a chair and not move, all right? That's first and foremost. Next, dissatisfaction.
I was bringing my neighbor food, and I tripped over her sprinkler head. It's nothing exotic, but I did. I tripped over the sprinkler head.
Yeah, well, the next question I have for you is, how do you not feel supported? How do you not feel like you can stand on your own? And in what ways, emotionally and spiritually, do you feel that you can't move forward? Because this is what brings upon us these difficulties, these injuries, these things. Yes, things happen quickly and then they pass. But when we notice a pattern or something repetitive or a continual experience of pain, discomfort, that we can't seem to satisfy with a couple of little quick fixes, now we know that there's something more going on, and it's something that's internal. So for you to go back and do the work and journal and ask the universe to help you answer these questions. Where do I not feel supported? How may I free myself from the things that make me feel limited and stuck and unable to move forward? Ask those questions, channel and write what you feel, and as you write it, eventually it's going to be you and Spirit answering those questions, you and Spirit expressing those messages, and that's going to give you some more answers and clarity, and also speed up the healing process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you will be doing better. I really feel that coming into the end of April, you're going to be much better. I don't know what the recovery time is, but my guides see you standing rather strongly and sturdily at the end of April. So I want you to really hold on to the healing process and do the work inside so that you can create something better for yourself. Okay. All right? And the new job will come for you if you really want it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Cheryl. We wish you were here. We greatly appreciate you.
I
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you very much, and thank you. And have a wonderful evening to all your guests and to you as well.
Well,
Thank
they
you,
all say
Sarah.
hello right back to you. All right, Cheryl, thank you so much. Bye for now. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
866-972-7247. Before we go to our studio audiences, we're going to grab another commercial because I know that once we get started here with our questions, we're not going to want to stop. So stay with us, everyone. We're going to be right back.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul?
Have you heard me? Do you know me? Do you know my voice? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on the Oldie Station, all across the nation, and you're listening to our 718th live show, and we're counting up to our 15-year anniversary that's just a few months away. So tonight we decided to do something different. And why this month? Why this Wednesday, you may ask? Well, because I get crazy ideas, and when I tell people I have an idea who know me, they get a little nervous. They're like, good Lord, what is this woman going to dream up next? But I had an idea. We don't always have a leap year, but we got an extra day in February, and I said, well, we need to celebrate. And apparently, astrologically, it's a challenging kind of day. And I said, well, we're not going to let that stop us. We're going to be in the energy of success. And we're going to use the extra day in February, tomorrow, to really pivot to create a fabulous March and to move forward. So what goal do you want to accomplish? What seed of greatness do you want to plant? We want to march forward, right? I hear that song in my head. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, Lord, I want to be in that number when the saints go marching in. Well, we might not be bringing any saints with us, but we are going to march forward. And what would you love to create? It's spring. It's time to plant your seeds of greatness. It's time for you to give thought and idea of what you would want to have the rest of this year be like. I know we did it in January. We all woke up and we said, I've got a goal, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to go on a diet, or I'm going to give up wine. I've heard it all. And let me tell you what happened on the second reading of the year, which was this month. How's the goal setting going? Oh, Sarah, I fell off the wagon. Which wagon were you on? The no alcohol wagon, the no food wagon, the I'm quitting my job, I'm leaving my relationship wagon. What wagon were you on? And they were on a lot of wagons. Some of us got a lot of plans. But what I love about this time of year is we're a little bit past the hoopla of the new year. And the energy becomes vibrant. I get really excited, and I'm so glad to be here in Florida because I remember being up north, so to all my friends north of us, which is just about everybody, I remember those days of it's like I went to work, it was dark. I came home, it was dark. I ate dinner in the dark, ate breakfast in the dark, I went to sleep in the dark. I was starting to think I was gosh darn polar bear. I didn't know what was happening. But here in Florida, yes, we have some nights, so I drive home and I'm like, oh, it's dark. But it feels like it only lasts a couple of weeks. It's really cool. And I get really excited. I'm like, oh, we have a couple of more days of minutes of sunlight. I can tell. And now I'm driving home. It's bright. It's sunny. I'm like, this is fabulous. So all of you who don't live in Florida, we're sorry, but no, we don't want anyone else to move here. We're fine with what we have here. Thank you. Because apparently everybody during the pandemic got it in their head, I'm moving to Florida. No, you can go back home where you came from. You're only allowed to visit here. Because, I'm kidding, come on down. But we love the energy here in Florida. And Florida's not for everybody, but there's a certain aspect of the weather that's fabulous. But those of us who come from up north, there's a pull to what we want up north. And we want that feeling of the changing of the seasons. You know, we have the nerve to miss that. But then I think of those snowy days where I was scraping the ice off my windshield at 5:30 in the morning so that I could catch the train into the city, and I don't miss those days at all. But wherever you are, whatever you're doing, spring is coming and the energy is changing. It's a perfect time. We just had this very powerful full moon. And now things are kind of holding their own. But as we get ready to ramp up for the new moon, which will be here in about 10 days, I want you to write down what you want to create this spring. Do you want a new job? Do you want a new business? Do you want to infuse your finances with something? Do you want to say yes to a relationship? What is it that you want to do? These are the things that we want to give thought and consideration to, because as we do that, we have the ability to change the trajectory of the year. So you fell short on a few goals in January. Every day is a new day when you wake up. So what are you going to do with your day that comes tomorrow? and sow your seeds. Now, we've got some questions here from our studio audience members, and I'm going to just call people up, and they're going to come up to our wonderful microphone here, and we're going to answer the questions. And yes, we'll get back to some of our friends on the phone lines at 866-972-7247. So if you're on hold, don't think we're going to forget you. But I'm going to call up Linda Nevins. She was the first one in the door here tonight in our studio audience. So come on up, Linda.
Okay.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here. Okay. Better?
That should be good. Thank you.
Check.
Sound check, baby. Come on.
Okay.
What's your question?
Okay. About 30 years ago, I bought some property in Pennsylvania, and it was someone who purchased it. My mother got cold feet, and I said, look, let me buy this from you, and at least you'll have your money back. So this property's been sitting for years and years, and it's absolutely beautiful farmland, and it's in a beautiful mountainous area. So about 3 years ago, I decided I was going to do something with this property, and then something happened that was an obstacle. And then the next year, my brother died unexpectedly. And so that took another 2 years to work that out. And it just seems that whenever I go to do something with it, like I would like to have a cabin put up there and then build it out and use it and be able to go and ski and, you know, light some fires and enjoy the summer up there. And not to move there, but I'm a little bit concerned because every time I go to make a plan about this, something happens, or it's the end of the season, they can't make it, and I've got this like ping pong game going on in my head about, do I do it? Do I not do it? So
Great question. Great question.
it's been lingering, so I thought, you know, I didn't really have a question tonight, but this is like the question that just keeps going on and on and on.
Well, here's the best part of where you're at with this. This property has its own set of energy.
Yes.
And it's very powerful property. And it holds a strong Indian vibration to it. So in order to do anything to land, particularly a land that holds a vibration of Indian energy preceding our generation, what you would want to do is you want to bless the land and get permission from the land to do anything that you want.
Oh.
We have to ask the land. We have to ask Mother Earth what we should do. Like a lot of times people move in a house and they're like, oh, but it doesn't feel good. I said, well, did you claim the house as yours, or are you just stepping into someone else's energy? So that energy has been just sitting there, stagnant. And you need to walk the land and talk to the land, and which will involve a trip, yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
walk the land, talk to the land, tell the land what your intention is for it, and that you're going to care for the land. And this will open up that land. So is it a debt issue? No, it's not. Should you sell the land? No. It is there to be utilized, but we have to utilize it for something other than just your little cabin. You see, that land would also lend itself for you to be a way shower of others. I know we're going to go into some deep territory, so stay with me.
Okay. I'm with you.
It would be the perfect place to have a retreat,
Oh my gosh.
to work the energy with others. We were talking earlier before the show about sound and sound bowls and rain sticks, right? I could see you running around your property with your rain stick. And so you asked the perfect question for you tonight, not knowing where we were going. This is the first time hearing of it, seeing it here as you have it written. But it's for you to go and claim the intention. There's so much more for you than just a cabin. So we start there, and then we expand with maybe little spots, little teepees. People can hang out. Doesn't have to be that you're building tiny little houses all on the property and getting involved in all that, but in the right season, in the right time, you can have a retreat and get back to nature. And you can facilitate other people, other educators to come, you know so many, to come and empower others. And then that, my dear, sounds like purpose. Doesn't it?
It does.
It does.
That vision of a center has come to me before, and I wondered, where did that come from? And it seems so foreign. So it's uncanny that you're talking about this.
Yeah. Well, that's the path. So we thank you so much for a very good question, and you are on track. And thank you
so
for
much.
coming out. We know it was a leap of faith, and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Give her applause. Thank you. We're going to take our next question. Miss Arlene, come on down. Hi. Close to the mic so you could speak up. Vibrato, let's hear it.
I want to start my YouTube channel for a while now. I have a lot of visions, but I feel so stuck. Like when it comes to getting my logo or editing, is just, I feel like something always pops up every time I'm trying to get a device to help me. It's like bills come.
Oh, bills. Yes, they keep coming. Yes. Yes, we can relate to that. Yes.
So here I am. I don't know if it's fear, stagnant, or am I going the right way? Or
let's look at the stagnation. There's a fear of success here.
Okay.
And the YouTube channel is about spiritual matters?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I heard in my head. So thank you for the confirmation. So we want to talk about matters of the heart, matters of spirituality. We want to talk about
spiritual journey
and transformation.
Yes.
Because you've been on a journey of transformation for a very long time.
Yes.
Welcome to the club, honey, because there's only one way to go, the very long time club.
Yes.
That's when you know you're getting somewhere, when it's taken a long time. Yeah. I'll take the long way home. Yeah, we're taking the long way home. But you're going to get there.
Okay.
And by getting there, it's a matter of allocating some money, and yes, bills will come, but we just allocate a little bit of money, and then we say, okay, well, maybe we have a tax return coming.
Okay.
Maybe we have something coming, and we say, okay, let's price out equipment. We go through this behind the scenes, too. Like Helena and I, if Santa Claus was coming, the equipment we would buy, right? And so we buy things, and we accumulate things. We have so much stuff, but there's other things we want and need when we're doing things behind the scenes to get here to the studio, what my producer had to do. Like, you have to pace yourself.
Yes.
So remember, we always want to be bigger, better. But remember this, your phone and a couple of little gadgets will get you started. People don't care how good it looks.
Okay.
They really don't.
Oh, okay.
They care what your message is.
Okay.
Right? Some days they look better than others. But they don't care. It's the message.
Message. Okay.
All right?
Okay.
So you set yourself up with your phone and a stand and maybe a teeny little light.
Yes.
And you just start talking.
Okay.
Then you're like, oh my God, I've got 20 people listening.
Okay.
Now I'm up to 100. And that's how you start.
Okay.
But waiting for everything to be perfect, which is a mistake we all make in life for many things. We always want things to be perfect, or I'm waiting for the right time. It's not the right time. I don't know when the right time is, but I just don't feel like it's the right time. And we're always putting it off.
That's me.
And then when we're on our deathbed, we don't have the right time anymore. And it was never the right time, and now the time has come, and there's no stopping that time.
Okay.
So just do it.
Okay. Thank you.
And I can mentor you, you know that.
Okay. Thank you.
So we'll do that. Thank you so much, Arlene, for that great question. And everyone, when Arlene has her YouTube channel, we're all going to follow her. Well, I'm feeling the urge to give out a prize right now. It's just my spirit guide said, Sarah, we got prizes. Oh, I love when they talk to me in my head. The things that they say, it's kind of scary, but that's okay. All right, I'm pulling a name, and I am pulling out a Good Vibrations mist. Good, 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 good vibrations. And that is going to James. James, come on down to the Sarah Spiritual Price is Right. A little spray will do you.
Hi, Sarah.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to have you here. And I bet you have a question for me since you're here by the microphone.
I do.
I appreciate that. What's
Since-
your question?
since
What-
it's a-
we're going to adjust the mic.
Since it's a new year, I was wondering if Spirit had a message for me for 2024.
Stay the course. You have a vision and you have a plan as to how you would like your life to be in the next 2 years. There's a life, a lifestyle, a journey that you'd like to be on. And there's a spiritual evolution and shift and change that you're looking to accomplish as well. Is this true?
Yes.
So stay the course. You know exactly what you need to do. It's to not get distracted with the things that get under your skin and annoy you, which sometimes can be the people that surround you. Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
So let's just let them stay in the corner and be their usual dramatic, toxic selves. And you step into the power that is you. You want to impart wisdom and assist others. You not just want to help them in their business endeavors, but you want to help others in their journey of spirituality as well. Is that true?
Yes.
And do we have an idea of what that would look like for us in our mind? Have we kind of drawn it out for ourselves?
Not exactly yet.
Okay.
Still developing.
Well, that's the wobble. So write out what it could look like. It'll get redefined. I had an idea. I'm living a different version of the idea, but I had an idea. Start with the idea. You're on track. And then the universe will bring you people and opportunities to practice your idea. And your strengthening of your connection with spirit, because that's been getting bigger and bigger all the time, correct?
Yes.
And we get messages and guidance from our guides and our angels, yes?
Regularly.
And connections to loved ones are starting to come in for you as well. Is that also true?
That is true.
Okay. So step into the power that is you and trust that in the next 2 years you will have accomplished what you set out to accomplish. You know the path, stay the course, and all will be well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And congratulations on your prize.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, James. All right, we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to go to our phone lines. And we're going to go to Facebook and YouTube and some more questions here in our audience. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Oh, me. Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me.
And we are back here live on VCMG, right here on the Oldie Station. And we are answering your questions on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation. And if you're just joining us, we are live in our studio in Boca, and we have a few people in our audience, and we're answering questions. And we're tuning in and tapping into our callers who are live on air, and we are going to go to the phone lines for just a minute. I've got Terry, and Terry's in Oregon. Terry, how are you tonight? Good to have you here with us.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Well, I wanted to let you know, first and foremost, my cat Sunny came home after a year.
Your cat
month.
came home after a year. I just got a chill, so thank goodness. I'm so glad.
Yes.
That your cat came home. We knew your cat was okay, right? Spirit said the cat was fine.
Yeah. Right.
What I want to ask Sunny
right.
is, where was Sunny? Like, what was going on? Sunny must have had a girlfriend or something.
Right? He was trying to find me, and something told me to go on the Nextdoor app, Nextdoor in your town.
Yes.
And this lady messaged me the next day and says, "I have your cat," and I went ecstatic. I'm like, "No way!" And it's just like it was like, oh, it was a great reunited.
Wonderful,
it was awesome.
wonderful,
It's awesome.
And I think Spirit felt like
Yes.
somebody was taking care of your cat, and for you not to worry. So I'm glad that Sunny's back, and see, good things come to those who wait. We've got to trust.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Terry.
Thank
so
you.
that's great news.
And
What's your burning question?
I know. I feel my grandfather is trying to get a hold of me. I don't know why.
Let's take a look and see what we got going on here.
Okay.
So, Terry, there's been a lot of ups and downs around you and a lot of changes, besides the fact that Sunny had disappeared and come back, right? The missing cat has returned. It's like the prodigal son has returned.
Yes.
But when I look
Yes.
here, I feel like your grandfather is concerned that you have a lot of fear and concerns about how you're going to survive. Is there a financial concern going on here, Terry, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
because he's
I'm not
kind of
working.
showing
I'm
me
just
we're
trying to
worried
have
about
disability
finances and just like you're
Yes.
kind of like you're wringing your head, and he doesn't want you to worry. He wants you to know that you're not alone. There's something coming up in June. I don't know why he keeps talking to me about June. I don't know if it has to do with work. He just keeps showing me the word June, 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 June. So we're going to trust that by June things are in a better place for you. I don't believe your grandfather's born in June. He doesn't make me feel like it's a birthday. He's making me feel like June is connected to you of something that's coming for you. Before your birthday, June comes before your birthday. So I want you to trust. And as I write this out, he also makes me aware of something going on. Were we having some difficulty in our chest, anxiety, breath, breathing, something going on in your chest, please?
Yes.
Heart palpitations, something going on here? Because you're making my chest feel tight. Is this how we feel?
Yes. Correct.
Okay. We
Yes.
want to get that checked out and make sure it's not, we want to make sure it's just anxiety, although that's not a pleasant thing to go through. But they're making me feel like you need to check that, all right? So follow up with that and make sure it's not something, arrhythmia, anything out of whack in the heart area. And then we'll have to do some deep breaths, and I want you to do some meditation. But grandfather's energy is just want you to know you're not alone during this financial tough time. And I'm so glad that Sunny has come back.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Sarah. God bless you.
Thank
You're
you. God
awesome.
bless you. Thank you for being here with us. We appreciate it. And thank you for
Okay.
always following the show. We greatly appreciate that. And we wouldn't be here if it wasn't
No
for
problem.
callers like you. Thank you. Bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
I love a good reunion story. I'm so glad that Sunny made it back. Sometimes when I talk to Spirit and I don't know what to say except for whatever I hear in my head. And so Spirit will tell me something like, the cat's fine, the cat's going to be okay. But, you know, being a pet owner myself, sometimes I'm like, how is that going to happen? And I even go home and I'm like, oh, Spirit, I hope we're going to be right on this one. So, because that's someone's pet. It's like losing a kid. And so I give thought and consideration to those things when these answers come out of my mouth. And Spirit says to me, no, just say it. And I'm like, this is me in my head some days. I don't want to say that because you're going to put me out on a limb and like there's no coming back from that. Once that comes out of my mouth, I'm toast. Spirit will say, just say it. And I'm just always grateful that I trust. But there are some days I've said some crazy things. And so we are really glad that Sunny's back. We are going to go to another studio audience member here. And we have Tina in house. So let's see, where is Miss Tina? Tina with the sparkle shoes, a girl after my heart. Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Tina. How are you? Good to have you here.
Wonderful. Thrilled to be here. Thank you for having me,
Just
Sari.
step up to the mic a little bit more.
You're amazing. All right. Thank you so much.
What is your burning question?
My burning question really is, You know, as far as the next several months, what do you and our amazing guides see for me health-wise? I'm resolving a few things happily. And also career-wise, I've put some things in play for a really big, exciting transition this year.
Yes.
And I'm on the grateful train already.
Yes.
And so I just want to make sure my timing is, I think, is positive and as good as I think it is. The transition is going to take place officially in the next 6 to 9 months. So
6 to 9 months. Well, let's backtrack a minute.
Okay.
Let's go back to last year. That wasn't such a great year.
It was a tough year.
It was
yeah,
a
for lot
tough
of
year for
people.
you. It brought you to your knees, had you question some things in
Sure.
life.
Mhm.
We had some healing to do last year. Things are in balance and alignments. I'm going here too, so we navigating some things in the thyroid as well, please.
Yes.
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 So
I-
they're taking me here and they're making me feel like we're still working on that. We're still
Mhm.
working on some other issues.
Yes.
Everything's about balance, right?
Right.
So now I got to flip you back. We're going back, honey. Way back. All right. So we've got to go back to 2013. 2012 into 2013. Oh, the eyebrow went up. I know I'm into
it sure
something
did.
here. See, it's so much fun to have people stand in front of me because normally I have to wait for the breath of silence on the other end of the phone when I'm just saying, oh, I see this, right? And then you hear the person go, like, how'd she know, right? I don't know because somebody told me in my head. So you're closing out that chapter.
Yes.
And there was a lot of lethargy and density and obstacles that were robbing you of your joy and disrupted your harmony. And it was not allowing you to move forward.
Right.
And you, unfortunately, carried it a little too long yourself.
Right.
Right? But, well, we woke up.
Yes.
Thank God we woke up. I'm glad we woke up.
I tried to.
And in the journey, it made you a better, richer, stronger, more aligned person anyhow.
I feel that it really
so
was helpful.
we are grateful for the
Yes.
obstacles and the
Yes,
difficulties. But
definitely.
You know that song, Nobody Knows the Troubles I've Seen?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, okay. And here's the best part. When you are this overnight sensation, all right, that I see coming, we're going to be able to say, well, yeah, you see the glory, but honey, you don't know the story,
journey.
okay? And the story is a big one.
Right.
So there's a lot of writing coming for you.
Yes.
Okay.
That's correct.
There's many avenues of writing we need to accomplish.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There's also a lot of energy of music around you as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's like an influence for you.
All right.
That's an inspiration for you.
Right.
But there's two types of things we have to write.
Okay.
There's something that is your mission to write, and then there's something that's reflective, that's about your journey.
Okay.
So be open to two paths.
Yes.
Now, when I fast forward you, now that we are finally, good God, in a new beginning, once your birthday comes, we really kind of clean up our act.
Yes.
And then when I put you in the month of October, this is the month.
Right.
Then I hear that song, I believe I can fly.
Oh, beautiful song.
I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. So you're going to soar.
Thank you.
And then I see recognition. I see notoriety. Okay? And it's all accumulation of everything you've done over the years. And every time somebody pushed you down,
yes,
you got back up.
Right. Right.
And every time you got back up, my guides tell me she got higher. And the
Right.
people who wanted to see you on the ground,
Right.
they got madder.
Right.
And that's kind of funny,
That is
right?
true, and that's how life is.
Well,
Often
it's how we can be as humans, right?
Right,
Because
right.
sometimes we have the comparing mind.
Right.
And we don't want to see other people
Right.
prosper.
That's so sad.
It's what?
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's the wounded parts.
Right.
So their woundedness was hooking into your woundedness until you took control and you said, no, it's my turn.
That's right.
It's my destiny.
You're right.
It's my path. And anyone who's not going to support me, I'm going to leave them sitting on the street corner.
Right.
And I'm going to walk on by.
Right.
Right?
Right.
You're going to walk by.
Right. But wish them well.
Wish them well. Give them a glass of champagne.
Pretty
and keep
much,
the party
that's it.
moving.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
So, but at times we've all been them.
Yes.
Okay, we've all had our moments.
Sure. Human.
Now, in this journey, I want you to know that I also see a lot of travel coming up for you.
Mhm.
So is there an event you have to travel to or do that you know of?
Not yet, but it's coming.
It's coming. You can feel it, right?
Of course.
You can feel it.
Yes.
So are we working on a book? What are we working on?
No, but I write, I act, I produce, I do all of that, but I put that kind of on the side to do my real job, that
Okay.
was earning my living.
Okay.
And so I'm literally going to transition out of my regular job, in facility coordinating and hiring and all that.
Right.
And I'm going to go to the creative side. And
Go to the creative side.
Yes, and I've missed it. I mean, I always dabbled a little bit, but I know it's time. But I have to tell you, you're 1,000,000% right. If I didn't go through what I went through all these years, I have to say it, I wouldn't feel so free now, so grateful, so powerful.
Powerful.
Because that's spirit's power.
Correct. Correct.
So.
And it is the power that leads you to your destiny.
Absolutely, and there's no fear.
No
None.
fear.
I mean, okay, financially you will want to do well, but I think that's going to come.
Well, take my class, How to Get Lucky, and you'll be lucky. All right?
I'm sure. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
All
immensely.
right. Bye
Have a
for
blessed
now.
one.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much to Tina and her question. We're so appreciative, and we're really appreciative of everyone who's tuned in and followed the show for our 718 live shows. I love saying that because I'm like, how do I manage to show up for all those shows? I don't know. And we grade it by actual physical shows. We have had a few times that we didn't come. The nerve of the holidays to fall on a Wednesday. Sometimes it's been a great inconvenience. And every once in a while I say, I'm not going to do a show. And you know what happens on Facebook? What? No show? Where are you? Well, sometimes Sarah Spiritual's going to take a day off, but we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to come right back to our studio audience. I got more prizes to give away, and we've got our callers on hold. So stay with us, everyone. We're going to be right back. The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. That worked before. They don't.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WIRK 103.1 HD3 Indiantown, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies Channel.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 869 Sarahs. 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking
Yes, indeed,
us
the
to
world is changing now, and it's asking us to move along. So how's it going for everyone? Are we moving right along? Well, we're moving right along here in our show. We've got our final hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah here live on the Oldie Station. We're broadcasting live out of our studio in Boca. Got a few announcements to make. We've got a class coming up. Yes, indeed. We've got a Clear Your Energy class, and that class is going to be next Tuesday night, March 5th. How to clear your energy. Now, to me, this is the class that everybody in the whole world should take, because every time you sit in the presence of other people, we're exchanging energy. And we're picking up everyone's energy, and some things are staying with us and some things aren't. And sometimes you love the people's energy around, and sometimes you don't. Or sometimes you feel like a nut, and sometimes you don't. So it depends how many nuts you're sitting around, what's going on. And we're going to teach you how to clear your energy, what to do, no matter where you are, to keep it moving and not take other people's issues and energy home with you, because it can get really difficult. That class is going to be held live at my center, the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach, on Tuesday, March 5th at 7:30 p.m. Registration is at 7:15, and it's also available online. So if you can't make it or you're not local to us in South Florida, I think this is a class for everyone. Spread the word. We need to clear our energy, and we need to keep it moving and make a clean slate for all of us, and really learn how not to be drained by other people energetically, learn how to clear our homes, and really have a restful, peaceful connection with everything that we desire. So be sure to visit sarahspiritual.com and register for that class. And since we're talking about class, we've got another class coming up. We've got our How to Get Lucky. I know you want to get lucky, but I'm talking about luck, abundance of the fortune that is yours in the universe, how to create luck. Some people don't know this fun facts of Sarah Spiritual, but I see numbers, I play numbers, I win numbers. I haven't mastered 6 numbers, otherwise we'd all be sitting here somewhere in Maui having our show live. But I align with abundance because I'm in the flow of the sequence of energy. So I want to teach you how to be in the flow of luck and abundance and attract money in ways of business, in ways of gifts and energy of people doing and giving and sharing. And of course, if you choose to win the lottery, then let's go do it, because there's plenty for everyone. It is your birthright right to be lucky, and energy, money is an exchange of frequency, and we need to learn how to line up with that frequency so everything can come up perfectly for you in your journey. So if you're feeling stuck financially, this is the class for you. Or if you know you enjoy your job, but it's just not cutting it in today's environment, let's show you how to attract gifts, prizes. I know people who win tickets to shows. Some of these tickets are really expensive, but they get to see their favorite artists. Wouldn't you love to win some of the things that you'd like to participate in and not pay for that? Well, we're going to teach you how in our Get Lucky class, and that is March 12th. And it is at 7:30 p.m., and both my classes are only $15. So register at sarahspiritual.com. Love to see you in store at my center in West Palm Beach, the Expedito Enlightenment Center, or you can visit us online and see the class live online. Well, we've got a studio audience here tonight, and I'm really excited to be talking to everyone here. But before we take a question from our studio audience, I've got to go to Erica. Erica's got a birthday coming up in a few weeks. And Erica is in New York. Erica, are you still here with us? How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Good to connect with you, Erica. What is your burning question for us?
Well, I'm feeling a little bit like just unorganized with like how to bring into manifestation income through doing things that like where I'm using my gifts, because I feel like I have like a lot of things I want to do and a lot of things I could do, and I'm just not sure like how to go about it, you know.
So the first thing I'm hearing from Spirit is this is a year to make changes for yourself, so you're right on track with making the changes of doing something new, different, stepping out of your box. So in that path, Spirit says write down the 5 things that you really love to do and how can you create income from those 5 items. And then what would be the most beneficial, what would be the easiest to get up and running quickly. Sometimes you fall victim to your head. You wobble in your thoughts, you wobble in your emotions, then you doubt yourself, you get uncertain, and you get overthinking things, and then we get nothing accomplished. So it's not that you don't have gifts, it's just that you have to focus on the gifts that you feel you want to take forward in the world and that you know will generate some income, some revenue for you. You're going to get this figured out coming into the month of July. I feel like the next few months are kind of a seeding ground for you to seed the ideas and see what takes sprout for you. But you will begin to identify that. Begin with your list and sit and be still. And when you feel that sense of enthusiasm, excitement, and also maybe a hint of uncertainty because there's a little fear in it because, of course, we haven't done it yet, then you know you've got the perfect thing. Whenever we do something new that's destined, there'll always be that little bit of underlying fear, but it's that fun fear, that makes you think, ooh, I've never done this before. You know, I'm not sure what to expect. It's a little nervousness. When you get that little nervousness inside, that's what's really going to give you the insight that this is something that you can do because you're enthusiastic to do it and you're a little nervous because you want to do it the right way. You want to do it perfectly. And this is something that you're going to discover in these next few months. It is meant to be a better financial year for you. I feel like last year kind of weighed you down, but this year we're going to start to build up momentum. And when I take you through the end of the summer, financially things are better on track for you. Erica, we know you're going to figure it out. We know the universe is going to assist you. Sit, be still, meditate, write down 5 gifts that you have that you think could be beneficial, hone in on a couple, and the universe will present you the opportunities to get it done. Thank you so much, Erica, for your question. We greatly appreciate your call. Thank you, honey. 866-972-7247. We are going to come here to our studio audience. First, I'm feeling the need to give away a gift. And I've got a beautiful, let me grab it, amethyst crystal from our Expedito Enlightenment Center. So let's see who's got this. Talking about getting lucky. Linda, come on down. You knew it, right? Come on down. Were you one of the ones who was oohing and awing when I took it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just called it right. You called it right to you. You knew. There you go. It's a beautiful one, and it is yours, Linda. Gorgeous. Thank you. Come on down. We're going to give another prize. Wow. I am feeling, but let's hear it for Linda. Let's give her applause. Good job, Linda. That's how you get lucky, people. See, you're going to teach class with me on Tuesday, the 12th. Let's see. I've got another one there before I do it. All right. We are going to give away my Sarah Spiritual CD with some of my songs. And it's got our meditations and our 2024 mist, because this mist is a real pick-me-up. So let's see who's the winner of this. Sandy, baby, come on down. Sandy.
I was like, okay, maybe the CD will be working.
There you are. I know you're going to appreciate that. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you. And Sandy, why don't you stay right there? Okay. Maybe you want to put your little gifts down.
Okay.
But I know you've got a question for us.
Sure do.
Yeah, she's getting ready. She's taking her jacket
shirt.
off.
My shirt.
She's
Okay.
like, I'm ready. Okay.
Hi
All right,
there.
Sandy, what's your burning question for us tonight?
So my question, it was interesting. It came up in the studio here. It has to do with sound healing vibrations, and always who's around me. But how do I explain how to teach sound healing vibrations to people and what they do? Because what you feed your soul, mind, and body feeds you.
Correct. And how do you convince the skeptics, right? That's another part of your question.
Absolutely, for sure.
So interestingly enough, I'll tell you a little story. I had a client who came in from Kosovo. And the last time she was here from Kosovo, I did some healing work on her. And she said that whatever her fibromyalgia and different things that she was experiencing, she didn't have pain for about 4 of the months after she saw me. Then it started to creep back and everything. And so she came back. She has her son is in school in Miami, so she didn't fly just to see me. So this time I decided to take my sound bowl and work on her.
Right.
That woman was floating when she left, right? So interestingly enough, when I was working on her without the sound bowl, we feel the energy move, right? All of a sudden, she literally felt a pain that she had move from one spot to the other. The poor woman almost jumped off the table because she's like, how did that move? Energy, right?
Correct.
Then I took the sound bowl and I was like, we're going to dissipate all the energy that's moving in your body. We're going to diffuse it. We're going to clear it with sound, and we're going to put it out into the atmosphere and thus take it out of your body.
Right. Let it flow, let it go.
And we're going to put it in balance, right? When I began the show, Sandy, one of the things I said is I listened to the sound of people's souls.
Wow.
And that's how I get my answers. So you are playing to the sounds of their soul.
Wow. Okay.
To eradicate things that are imbalanced in their body, things that are less than perfection, and to restore their bodies to harmony and the frequency that is more in alignment with their original state of divinity. And that's what you tell them you do. It works on the pain body. It works on the emotional body. It works on the intellectual mind. It calms them. It puts them in a state.
Okay.
And when someone says, well, how is that possible? You say, come over here.
Okay.
And you get out your, be it a tuning fork, be it a sound bowl, whatever you use. What methodologies do you use?
Well, I use a specific person. She created her own with a sacred language that was given to her from, the angels, or you call them ETs, however you like to call it, to where it does a lot for you. It takes the mucus out your body and so forth. And my niece had broke her elbow, dislocated it, and my sister had told me that when they just did their last checkup, she's free and clear. She's the fastest healing child the lady's seen.
Right. And I believe that. I believe that. And as someone who's a musician and I use sound and my voice, that's another thing I do when I heal people. I use the sound of my voice and my singing, the sounds,
right,
to heal.
Because it's the notes and the frequency are the notes.
Correct. So it's definitely something, and when people see that result, it's undeniable. And the root of disease, a lot of disease lies in the thickness of the acidity and the mucus that's in our body.
Correct.
Because that allows things to stay stuck.
Correct. And there's other ways besides the sound healing to eradicate them as well.
Yes, of course. There's changes in diet, there's supplements, herbs, but that's how you explain it to them.
Awesome.
Okay? That the sound vibrates in such at such a frequency that it dissipates the mucus, reduces it to liquid so it can pass through the body.
Correct. Now, has anybody ever gotten to the 144 frequency? As far as, that's the highest you can go.
Right. I would imagine they have. But those people are in a very ascended state on Earth, yes?
Correct. Wow, yeah.
Okay. But thank you for some great conversation and a great question. And thank you so much. And we're so glad you're one of our winners tonight.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. So since we're on the topic of sound, I know Sharon has probably not a question on sound, but Sharon has a question. Sharon, come on down.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi. Step up to the mic.
All right. Good? Thank you. Thank you so much. Actually, it's kind of a twofold question.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
So, you are aware that my moving back was spirit oriented.
Correct.
Where I landed was spirit oriented.
Correct.
Question number 1 is, am I staying there or am I going to be moving forward?
Next question.
And question number 2 is, I know Spirit is aware of how I've been feeling, and I have a lot that I need to, I'm growing, and I have a lot that I need to
heal
from. And I want to know how that is going, and will that propel me forward in my spirituality?
It will propel you forward. You're healing a lot of old wounds and traumas. Things that you thought you did, you didn't do. Because there's so many layers that I feel like you're not just healing for yourself, but you're healing for the generations in your family. And so it's going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And that's why it's just when you think you got a handle on your emotions, something or someone sends you reeling and it puts you in a spin.
Mm-hmm.
Or just when you think a situation is okay, tolerable, you're like, what is going on? Why can't it work for me? Why isn't anything changing? Why do I still feel stuck?
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, everything has its time. And Spirit brought you back here to Florida. Sharon's moved, she's left, she's come back, she's come back, she's come back. You're back, and you're back to stay. Are you going to stay exactly where you are? For now, yes. You are going to stay where you are.
For now, being
in your place.
Okay, but for a specific period of time?
Well, we can't say indefinitely.
Okay.
But we can say through this year, you are exactly where you need to be.
Okay.
It is giving you the safe cover, is the word they give me, so that you can do your own personal healing work, giving you the ability to interact with people, even people that maybe are a little off-putting to you.
Yes.
Because I see that in your energy, and allow you to circle yourself with your own energy and not allow them to impede on your harmony and your joy. This is a test, because to anyone who wants to be in the spiritual path and assist others on their journey, you have to be able to remain separate from whatever's going on. And this is your initiation. I know you're having a blast.
Yeah, yeah.
I know. I see it in your energy, and I see the people. And they're hooking into your energy, and so it's for you to clear that energy and just remain connected in conversation, but not allow it to create an imbalance in you. And it's for you to not look at what hasn't happened yet, but rather look how far you've come, even with the trips back and forth. Look how many miles you've covered of advancement and growth spiritually and even geographically to get to exactly the same spot you were before, because Spirit wants you here because there's an energy in Florida that's necessary for your spiritual evolution and for you to assist others with the work that you do. The healing work you do, the cranial sacral, the healing work of sound, tuning forks, your feng shui, all the skill sets that you have learned along the years are now here for you to utilize and help others. But we have to stay strong and rooted in ourself, and that's where the wobble is, right? That is why we had the health crisis that happened in the chest, because even though we put on a happy face, inside we were just feeling all the weight of all the generations in our own heart.
Mm-hmm.
And you were carrying it. And even though you did healing work, you hadn't healed the pain in the heart. And now that we have that in relatively a better rhythm and balance, and we're glad that you're still here to tell the story.
Yes, thank you.
You're here to move forward and help others. And so I see in this year, when I look at where you are in the journey of your birthday, this is a year of connecting with new people and expressing yourself and being a part of, oh yes, this is the other reason why you came back, community tribe. And then as you enmesh yourself in community tribe, you'll find your peeps. And they're not your neighbors, but that's okay.
Perfectly okay.
Thank you so much for your question.
welcome.
We
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
your
Thank you for
response.
coming. Bye. We're going to take another call from our phone lines before we come back to our studio audience and answer some more questions. And I've got to go to Anne Marie, and Anne Marie is in New York. Anne Marie, how are you tonight? Are you with us?
Hi, how are you, Sarah?
Hi, how are you?
Good, good, good. So, Sarah, for the last 2 days, I have been seeing you across all my social medias, and I've been thinking about your show all week long. And I was driving home from work today at like 5:30, and I was like, oh, today's Wednesday, it's Sarah's show tonight. So I was eating dinner, I had completely forgot about it, and I just opened up my Facebook, and your live just popped up on my phone, and I immediately called. And usually when I call up, it doesn't really pick up on the first ring. But
Right.
today it did.
there
And then
you go.
I got through, and I got disconnected, and then I recalled, and then I got put back on, on the wait. And I just feel like I was drawn to you this week to call you, and Spirit has some sort of message for me.
Absolutely. And also we've got some good social media work going on behind the scenes. So we got to thank Helena for that,
Yes,
because I'm sure
yes,
she's
yes.
helping make
It was
sure
coming
that
up
all gets done.
All over my
Yes.
social media, my Instagram, my Facebook. Every single day this week it was like Sarah, Sarah, Sarah. And I was like, oh, I got to call on Wednesday after work. And then I had forgotten about it. I come home from work. I was driving, and I was like, oh, Sarah's show is tonight. I was like, I got to call. So it's just been all week long, like your show. And then on the first call, like on the first ring, I got picked. It picked up, and I was like, oh my God, like this is meant to be. Like
Oh
Spirit
my
has
God.
something for me
I
to
know.
say.
You're from New York. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, something to say today. A lot of stuff has gone on the last 2
Right.
weeks. So I'm curious as to what Spirit wants me to hear.
Well, let me tell you, first of all, you're not alone. You've been seeing a lot of synchronicities, things to get your attention, not just Sarah, Sarah, Sarah. Oh my God, Sarah. So I want you to pay attention, continue to pay attention to that. A couple of things were popping across to me. This year is where you kind of break this rhythm and this routine. I don't know if there's a dissatisfaction or difficulty at work, but I feel like, there's a better way for you to express yourself and be more creative. And I think there's something new coming for you, or a change coming at work. And I know you're in a tried and true profession, yes, but I feel like there's something that needs to change in the work dynamic. So however you choose to orchestrate that, coming into the summer, you may want to, are we in a school? Is that where we are? Anne-Marie? Where are
Yes,
we?
I'm in a school.
Okay.
Yes, I'm in a school.
Yeah, because I'm seeing little faces of people. So, okay. So you may change schools, you may change grades, something's going to change there. And we kind of need something to change. I also see the energy of love. There's such a great hue of pink and gold around you that there's a love story for you connected around you. And so love question that you have is what? When? Is that your love question?
You know what? No, not really when. I'm seeing someone, and I
Okay.
feel like it's kind of like draining my energy. I don't know, there's a lot going on in his life right now.
Correct.
And I don't know if it's meant to be or not meant to be. So
Well,
that was also another love
Right.
question that I
So
had.
there's a love question, but I want you to know that the love energy that I see around you, okay, there is love for you, be it him or someone else. If he's draining your energy, it's where he is right now. We'll see how long that plays out and whether that's something that is good for you and your vibration. At this moment, it's uncomfortable. But I do see love and love partner. But as you were talking to me, that's where there's a lot going on, and I have to pull all the information out from the atmosphere. There's a woman who stands above you. Grandmother passed, please? Your mother's mother?
Yes.
She's with
Yes,
you.
my mother's mother.
Yes, so she's very much with you, and I feel like she's been trying to get your attention. Did you have a dream with her? There's something connected to her coming up. So I just want you to know that she's with you. And go ahead.
No, I did have a dream about her maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, that's just in my spirit world. That's you just had a dream, honey, because there's no such thing as time in my world. So she's been trying to get your attention. She's with you. You had a dream with her, and I feel like there's a birthday, an anniversary, something of importance coming up, a celebration. Something's coming soon, and she wants everyone to know that she's going to be a part of that.
She was her sister's birthday was just last week. She was 97 years old. We're all there for the celebration.
Ah, there you go. Okay. So it's all there, all right? And she's a part of everything, and she wants you to know she's a part of everything. And even though she's not here to put her 2 cents in, which she could do, she wants you to know that she's with you, and she's going to help you have the life that you want. She's really looking out for you, honey.
Thank you, Sarah.
All right?
Thank you, Sarah. Yes.
All right.
Also, another thing is my grandmother in Italy just had, she's in the hospital. She's been in the hospital for the last 2 weeks. Does Spirit say anything about her? Is she going to, be well? Should I go see her? Should I not yet?
Mm-hmm. Let me see here.
Should we get on a plane? Should we not get on a plane?
Something going on in her chest and her breath, her breathing here, her heart in here. This is where they're taking me. What is she experiencing?
Her stomach.
In her stomach.
They found a mass.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then they're taking me up to her heart. I'm still drawing a heart. So they found a mass, but I'm seeing something going on in the heart, something irregular in the heart. I'm not a doctor. Cannot diagnose, but I know what I see. And
of course.
This is in the upper stomach, this mass, yes? From what you know?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Kind of, the upper stomach kind of close into the diaphragm here. And
yes.
I feel like it's sizable, is what my guides tell me. They kind of give me a sizable measurement to this. And yes, they have to contain this energy and do something, but I'm not so sure they're going to be able to remove this. It's where it is that I have a concern as to how it's going to get removed. So that's the bit of information that you and your family, yes, does this make sense to you? Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this is true. Yes, the doctors have said they're unable to probably take it out.
Okay. So, because I'm seeing it hooked up in under something, and it's just like we can't quite cut it without cutting something else. So we have to shrink it. Should we get on the plane? Well, Grandma's kind of frail as it is at this minute now. So that's something that's a personal decision for you all. I don't know if, and hear what I'm going to say, whatever treatment they choose to give her to help shrink, reduce, or whatever they do, I feel like in the end that's going to affect her heart, because maybe that's why Spirit is talking to me about the heart. So I wouldn't say jump on the plane tomorrow, but I would say, hey, we want to see her and talk to her when she is, her usual snappy personality, right? Even though she's not feeling well now. Of course. So, yes, I would say go when it works for your family, and I would go I wouldn't wait to the summer. I would go now within a reasonable time so that you have that connection with her. And then whatever is left in the time is all part of God's plan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And know that you're being protected all the way around by your angels, your other grandmother. You are most certainly protected.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. It was a pleasure, speaking with you once again. And I will be visiting Florida soon, so you might see me in your studio.
All right. Well, we look forward to it, and see me at the center. If you're coming, give us a call. We'll put you on the list to get you in. Thank you so much, and give my best to your family. All right. Bye for now.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye. 866-972-7247. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to come right back to our studio audience. We've got some more questions. Stay with us.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path
And we are back here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. We're so glad to have some people joining us here in the studio audience, and we're giving out prizes. So I'm going to give out another prize here. You got to come here, got to be in it to win it, everyone. So we have our fabulous chakra oil that Spirit had given me the recipe to. And what I love about this fabulous chakra oil is that each time you sniff it, the scent changes to align with the different chakras. Don't ask me how that happened, but that was the gift Spirit gave me. And the winner is Angie. Angie, come on down. There you go. And Angie, I think you have a question, so that works out perfectly. All right, we're going to adjust the microphone for you. We're just so excited here in the audience. Everyone's getting prizes for our 15-year anniversary. I know we got some really cool prizes we'll be giving away. Last year, what did we give away? Last year we gave away a trip. We did good last year. Got to really up the ante here. Miss Angie, you were there at that one.
I think so.
Yes, you were. Yes, yeah. Thank you so much. You drove from where?
Naples.
Naples. She crossed the state.
Yeah.
Right? See how many miles people put on their car to come see Sarah Spiritual? Good Lord.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Angie, what's your burning question for us?
So I'm wondering why my energy has been off the chain lately. I sat on a friend's couch a couple weeks ago, and the electric in the couch stopped working. Then I sat on my couch 2 days later, brand new couches, and the electric stopped working again. The plug still works. Like when you plug something else in, the couches are broke.
It's frequency, okay? And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It is a positive thing. And I'm going to share with you a story so you can understand how this works. And Helena was with me at the house one day, and we were teaching an apprentice program. It was back in the day when we weren't at the store back yet, right? So coming into the 2021-ish time. And I had just finished teaching class. She went home. I was doing things with my family. And then I was like, all right, let me go in the bedroom and get my things together to get ready for bed. I walked through the doors maybe 20 minutes after class is done. I walk in and the television just turns on. I am nowhere near the television. I'm like, oh, Lordy, how'd that happen? And so I look, where's the remote? I'm like, did a cat step on the remote? What's happening? So I get the remote to try to shut the television. I can't shut the television. So I was, all right, television, apparently you want to say, keep this room company. I'm leaving this room. I got to sleep in here, people. So whatever's going on, I need it fixed. So I left the room, and then when I came back in the room, television shut off.
Wow.
Now I was really freaked out. All right. Your energy went through a major up-leveling, and when you sat on your friend's couch, there was a portal of energy that you actually landed in.
Oh, wow.
So sometimes when people sit on the chair that I sit in, they'll get all sorts of visions and things pop in their head because it's electric boogie woogie.
Oh, wow.
So I do believe that it caused a short circuit in the electronic device, in the fuses in your couch, and it's easily fixable. And that's why we have a service plan, hopefully, yes?
Yes.
Okay. And it will fix. But you're going through a major up-leveling because let's go back, Angie, 2 years and look how far you've come.
Yes.
You got to your dreams and then everything crashed. Remember that?
Yep.
She's like, how could I forget, Sarah? It was my life. I was living it, right?
Yep.
And then we rebuilt you and you're in a whole different trajectory. You want to make a difference in people's lives. It's broadened you and opened you up to a new path. And in order for you to do what you are seeking to do for others, and also to be a parent to your son, to your children, we need to up your frequency. You know, there's a saying, speed of the leader is the speed of the gang. So we need to up your frequency so that we can take everyone with you, so you can make the transition. It'll calm down soon. But part of it is in alignment with the change of the planets, because if we go back 2 weeks, planetarily, I'm pretty sure things were lining up with the official Aquarian age kind of coming in, and it just boosted. People are nodding their heads, so like, so apparently I know what I'm talking about, even though I don't know what I'm talking about. But thank God I have voices in my head. So we boosted you up.
I've also been listening to healing frequencies at night when I sleep. And I just feel like everything's just like moving really fast now, like signs everywhere. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, careful what you wish for.
Oh,
Careful
yeah,
what
yeah.
box you open.
Oh, yeah.
Because you'll definitely get caught up in that energy. But for you, it's a positive thing. It's a good
Yes.
experience. I also feel like financially, it's going to tune you to the financial flow, and we're going to have better success in business. And is there a project or a not-for-profit or something like that? She's shaking her head yes.
Yes.
So there's something we're working on, we want to be a part of. Is this true?
Yes.
Because my guides tell me that's the path for you to go. So even though we've got our job and what we do for a living as our name on our desk that says, I am with this company doing this task, you're going to be becoming more aligned with not-for-profits and things to make a difference. And then eventually, I'm not going to say you're going to leave what you do because it's a good business and it's something you enjoy, but I feel like it's going to take a back seat and it's going to be just something that comes in to keep your ship moving. But I really feel like you're going to be working with some not-for-profits and things. Does this make sense?
That's what I want to do, yes.
Okay.
That's my dream, and I've been running into a lot of people that are doing the nonprofit stuff.
Okay.
Things are like really lining up fast.
Yeah, they're lining up, and not knowing that, I'm telling you, this is what I see. It's like, so just like Linda's going to be in a cabin somewhere in PA, you're going to be running nonprofits. So,
Nice.
and with a purpose and a passion that fuels your heart.
Yes.
All right. So
Yep.
this is what I see, and this is how I see it coming.
I want to
So
do something with kids and horses and kind of do that, like a therapy type thing for
therapy
foster
things
children.
so that they can
Yeah.
align their energy.
Yep.
And the horses can help heal them.
Yep. Exactly.
So that would be good.
Yeah.
And then we can talk to Mr. Ed. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. But I know it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful experience for you. And see a lot of momentum. So when I look at where you are, 2025 brings you this pathway of a new opportunity, new success. So look for things to start to really shift and change for you in June, July, August. And then by the time we take you into 2025, we're in a whole new pathway. Networking, connecting with people will be instrumental in what's to come. And I feel like you're going to meet the people who are going to help fund your idea.
Great.
Because we need some backers.
Perfect.
All right, anyone listening in the radio, be sure to write Sarah Spiritual. We'll be sure to hook you up. Okay, but I think this will be a good thing for you.
Okay, thank you so
All
much,
right.
Sarah.
Thank you so much,
Appreciate
and congratulations on winning your prize.
Thank
We
you.
greatly appreciate it. All right, we're going to give away one more prize. They sent me with some goodies here. Sage clearance spray. Well, some people's got to clear their energy. Let's see who needs a clear in here. I've got Andrew Cohen. Come on down. We are at the Sarah Spiritual Price is Right. And you have won the Sarah Spiritual Sage Clearance Mist. So we welcome you to the show. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. All right. We are going to go. We have another question. Alex, come on down. Alex. Come, Alex. We can't have you be quiet here.
Thank you, Sarah. It's
You're
good to be
welcome.
here.
Good. We're going to adjust the mic for
tall?
you. Now, Alex, how long have you been coming to the Expedito Enlightenment Center?
Been a while, maybe 2013 or
Maybe 2013. Yeah, we go back.
Yeah.
We go back,
been
right? The
on
original
the
apprentice program
journey.
launching.
Yeah, I still have the.
You were there for
Yes,
that.
yes.
So 3
Very
cheers to
nice.
Alex. He's been on a spiritual journey. What
Journey.
is your burning
It's coming
question
along.
for us here tonight?
Okay, I've been making some adjustments, mindset, with lifestyle and that kind of deal, and so I'm just wondering what this year shows for me.
Well, for you this year is representing harmony, a synergy, partnership, balance, travel,
Good.
adventures.
Good.
It's not about feeling stuck and stagnant.
No.
It's not about being, the word they're giving me is retired in air quotes, okay? It is
Yes.
about you coming into the exploration of what Mother Earth has to offer.
Yes.
So being in the ground, being in the earth, being in the water, being an adventure, going on a... It's interesting. Did you have a desire to take, or did it ever cross your mind to have a desire to take a train ride through a countryside or through a country, please?
Not necessarily, but I'm open.
Okay. I see you on a train ride, and,
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's this train that runs through here. Whatever
Because
that
I
train
plan
is.
on doing some traveling.
Bright Line, that's the thing.
this year.
Yeah.
So-
We're not taking the Bright Line. We're going to up
No.
it there, okay? Or a New York subway for those of you in New York, okay?
So nice.
Something where we can just, I see the windows and I see the colors and everything going by, and then I feel like we get to a destination. So if we travel somewhere, we may take a train to get from, let's say, one country to another country.
It sort of falls in line with the intent for this year. So
Well, what do you
that's
know?
good. That's good.
Good.
I'm just trying to make some decisions on which place and
Okay.
that kind of
Well, then look at what will offer you a beautiful countryside train ride in between.
Okay.
That'll help. Write it down.
Right.
I Am the Man Who is manifesting a trip that includes the following destinations. It is filled with joy and harmony and partnership and fun.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going to Brazil, so I'll check it out and see if there are any trains or
Well,
we'll see
I
what's
guess-
that's
yes.
just an idea. Yeah.
But
Thank
there you
you.
go.
Thank
I
you.
feel like it's going to be beautiful for you.
Yeah, thanks.
All right.
I'm
Thank you
working
so
on it.
much. All right. And we'll
All
see you
right.
in class, Alex. Thank you. Thank you. So this has been a leap of faith, has it not? We put ourselves out there. Thank you, everyone who's asked your question. And I'm always grateful that Spirit has an answer. Spirit gives me insight. And sometimes some of the things that come out of my mouth, I'm like, it's crazy, but I love sharing the information that I receive. And I want you all to know this, that each one of you, because we all put our shoes on one foot at a time. Unless you've mastered jumping into two, then let me know the secret. But we all have our own gifts. You all have your own intuition. You've made choices in your life that weren't just intellectual. You made choices that were drawn by your heart. Your heart said, let's go this way. Let's marry this person. Let's go this way and move here. Let's fall in love. Let's break up because my heart doesn't feel it anymore. We have all explored different areas of our life. And there's always been, whether you know it or not, a little force of energy right there on your shoulder saying, go ahead, do it. Like I said to Anne Marie when she called from New York, your grandmother's with you, and she's with you to make sure you know you're going to be happy. The other woman, her grandmother was with her and knew that she was going through financial troubles, and she was worried. But no one on the other side wants us to worry. No one on the other side wants us to feel hurt or pain because they're removed from all that. They have definitely climbed into the energy of the higher realms of peace and harmony. Whatever discomfort they had here on earth, they don't have there. They don't have the emotions either or the hang-ups. So sometimes when people say, you think my parents are mad that I did this or that, they don't really care about that. They know that they're in the divine energy, and if they were to express themselves and say, well, I had it written down, this is what I wanted, but they also understand the reasons behind the scenes now that led you to do something different than what their wishes might have been. We tend to be so hard on ourselves, and we tend to second guess the inner voice that says, go ahead and do that. I remember the time I was in West Milford, New Jersey, and I wasn't too far from where my grandparents lived, and my grandmother had already passed. And I was looking at the clock, and I was thinking, I think I remember how to get from this part of town to where I believe my grandparents' house is, because I was coming from a different direction. And then I thought, I don't know if I should go. And I heard a voice, and the voice in my head said, what have you got to lose? I was like, ooh, That's interesting. And that was before I was even on my spiritual journey. And so I said, all right, you know what? I can get there, and I bet you I can get there pretty quickly. So sure enough, it really wasn't a big ride, and I drove up through the country roads, because it was very country then. And I'm sure it has a more rural kind of feel. And I pulled up into the driveway, and I knocked on the door. My grandfather was shocked to see me, so happy. Took me in the little porch room. He was tinkering and fixing things like he normally did. Always fixing a lamp or something. I'm like, I didn't know you could fix that many lamps, but okay. And he kept himself busy. And we talked about a few things that, maybe I hadn't seen eye to eye on, some things going on. And he was kind of telling me what other people were thinking and feeling. And I was like, oh, great, good to know. And that was the last time I ever saw my grandfather. So you never know. You have to listen to the voice. You have to follow your heart. When you know that there's something you want to do, don't let someone take you off track for that. When you know there's something you don't want to do, don't let someone take you off track. It could be your inner voice telling you it's not meant for you or it's not the right thing for you. You have to trust the universe. And you need to know that you're always being guided every step of the way. So I thank you all for showing up here tonight. I thank everyone who called in. Those of you on Facebook, I know we didn't really get to any questions. We'll be with you next week. And those of you who couldn't come and called in, we greatly appreciate it. And we thank all of you for being on the journey. And as we leap and move forward, as we get ready for spring, know that you can spring forward and accomplish anything because you always are being guided and protected. As always, it's an honor to be here with all of you. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual. Is different now.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.